Thanks to ISA and ISRO for accommodating our presentation. This was quickly put together. We're not exactly the list, but thanks for giving us an opportunity. So this is a very avionics specific framework that I want to talk about that we have. It's a model-based framework which is designed for avionics system design with auto-code generation built into it. And it has several domains of focus. Obviously with auto-code generation, motor control and digital power and anything to do with onboard computing comes in very closely as number one priority for us as a domain. Then comes the complete 6-DOF design, for example, OBC, INS, MIU, all systems can be built in with this framework. So it's not just a tool, it's also a framework, so we can work with ISRO, SAC, VSSC, or DRDOs, if any DRDOs are there. We can work with you to build components, libraries, graphical components, which are extremely specific for your UAV or your domain. I'll skip that. So this is how I just wanted to introduce the tool. Basically, there is a tool, and on top of that, there is a framework within which we can put in all your algorithms and your control systems. We can generate code out of that. You can see the vanilla C code that you see there. It comes out of the first principle model that you build. And you can go all the way from formal methods to specification gathering to in-service deployment. So you don't have to do a lot of recoding and re-implementation. There's a lot of auto generation and automation built into it. And we have, I cannot reveal the name, but we have a lab in India, DRDO lab, I can privately tell you who it is, for whom we are adopting this framework as a generic 6-DOF platform into which all the embedded computing softwares will go in. So I heard a speaker tell earlier that release schedules get pushed out because of changes in hardware, and software finds it very difficult to catch up with it. So we have the right solution for it, which is it's a tool, but it's a framework, so we can customize it for you. Suitable for controls, autonomous system developments, any UAVs you want to do. We can go into any further fields like robotics and so on and so forth. So as of now, we have done munitions with this. So anybody working in missile systems, you'll find it extremely reusable. So we can build what looks like graphical components like this. But if you go into, let's say, the launcher system, you will see the further subdivision of all the modules which go into it, most of the mathematical models, first principle models, which can be auto-code generated, and then you can take it into a PowerPC or you can take it into a TI microcontroller. I know Rajiv is here. So whatever platforms of interest that you have, including Leon maybe, we can even integrate Leon into this platform. So this is something that we are willing to work with ISRO and VSSC. So just a quick point on how this fits into the general model-based design system approach. Typically, you have a simulation stage where there is no controller, there is no plant, and then you go into a processor in loop, hardware in loop, and finally an entry into the loop. With our tool chain and with our framework, what we say is that you go all the way from simulation to code generation and in-service deployment with the least amount of disruption and the highest efficiency as far as the tool is concerned. So it provides 100% support for the MBD process for you to do avionics software. So yeah, I mean, we can take you right through to the end, and it's a very complex process. So it needs to be customized for each lab, for each of your requirements. We'll work with you and do that. So there is a scheduler built into it. There is an RTOS. So most of it can do multi-rate systems. So if you're worried about doing multi-rate systems, that can be done. Automatic seed code generation and download it onto any targets. I put in Texas Instruments because I saw Rajiv there, but it could be any processor of your choice. It could be Leon, it could be ARM, it could be RISC-V, whatever you want. So that's it. That's a summary of what we have. The tool's name is Embed, and it's a framework. It's a solution for avionics software development. I just want one more point I want to make. If the AV team there can switch, AV team, can you switch to the other PDF for 1 second? So I can't give the Indian customer's name, but I just wanted to show the case study of who uses this tool. or this framework. It's a US customer, so I can, kind of reveal it easily. It's the US Air Force. I don't know why it's not coming in. Okay, so it's called the MSTARS framework. So entire munition systems was designed using our framework, and yeah, you can see that that's the Elgin Air Force Base that uses our tool, and that completely represents their entire embedded computing in a model-based environment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.